Hey guys, welcome to today's video. How's everybody doing? It's a rainy day again. It seems to rain every day lately, except yesterday. Well, it did rain yesterday afternoon. So anyway, everything in Minnesota around here is like flooded. There's a big amusement park in Shakopee, Minnesota called Valley Fair, and like half the ride, well not half, like 4 or 5 of the rides are shut down because it's so underwater. And it's kind of cool. There's pictures of canoers like pretending they were riding on like the Excalibur thing with their like canoe, because like the canoe goes all the way up to how almost the top of Excalibur, how high the water is. Well, that's an exaggeration, but anyway, there's a lot of water there. So although growing up, I love Valley Fair. That's like my favorite thing to do in the world. Gosh, I could go on those roller coasters 100 times, but now I bet if I did it today, I'd probably have back pain instantly. So anyway, okay. Well, all the good rides came after like I got too old and moved. So, okay, on to today's topic, which isn't the best topic for rainy weather, but best, actually it kind of is, although there's no sun, but best waterproof and water-resistant sunscreens that I recommend for summer by request. So these are my favorite. Most of these have very high UVA protection, which protects you from aging, so always consider that. And I will mention, I don't think any of these are U.S. sunscreens. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't think any of them are. So there you go. That says something right there. And even when you compare like mineral to chemical, the best mineral sunscreen can't really compare to a lot of the chemical ones. So, okay. And then I'm working on a video of my top 7 products that I would buy, that I would always have with me if I didn't have to consider a budget. So, okay. Okay, on to my first favorite sunscreen that's waterproof and water resistant is the Kose Suncut. Perfect Essence. It's $13, so I'll link to all these below. Some of these are at certain websites. A few of them are sites that don't have affiliate programs, so I put on their non-affiliate link. And then some of them are just at random websites, especially like if you're in the U.S., making it easier to get, because the U.S., you can't really buy most of these available like in a drugstore or Target in the U.S. So, okay, so this one's got 5 chemical filters. It has no scent. It does contain some denatured alcohol, but it's got no whitecast. It has excellent UVA protection, extremely water resistant, sweat resistant, and rub resistant, which means if you're toweling off after getting out of like a pool or something, the rubbing, it's rub resistant. That still means you still want to reapply it as often as you can, but the water resistant helps it last longer. Most of these, actually, I'm going to say, are either Japanese sunscreens or European sunscreens. So there's a couple of countries really missing from here. So this one's Japanese and really lovely. And yeah, check it out. The bottle's pretty big too. How many ounces is it? 110. So what is that? 3 ounces or something like that. So pretty large. You can use it on your body as well and non-greasy. Oh, look at, I got it. These two together. I was going to talk about this one, but I got a different one that I like better. So, okay, next up, this one's $19. It's the SVR AK Secure Protect Treatment for Actinic Damage. This is meant to be a sunscreen for people that may have skin cancer, may have had skin cancer. It provides very high protection. And you notice they don't really mention a UVA or UVB or an SPF on here because it's marketed a little bit differently. It's marketed more as a medical product. So this one's $19. No alcohol, no fragrance, 6 chemical filters, so it's pretty darn strong. So SVR has some other great sunscreens as well, so I highly recommend checking out their wonderful brand. A lot of fragrance-free ones. No white cast and exceptional UVA protection. Amazing UVA filters in this one, and it's water and sweat resistant. You'll see the term waterproof and sweat-proof, things like that, used, and typically or technically they don't really want you to use the term waterproof as much as water resistant, because they don't want people not reapply it after getting out of the water and think they're good. So it's not worth messing around. So this one's nice. So I will link to this at Care2 Beauty. They sell a lot of sunscreens from Europe and ship to the US. There's a handful of sites that do that. Care2 Beauty is one of them. Another one is Essensual, and then another one, Soin at Nature. So okay, next up I've got the Allie Kenbo UV Gel X SPF 50. So this one's got 4 filters. It's got 3 chemical filters, and it also has zinc oxide as a mineral filter. It has a super light white cast. It's not terribly noticeable. Or if you just set it with a little bit of powder, foundation won't be as noticeable. No scent. It does contain some alcohol. This is one of the first really Japanese sunscreens I really ended up really enjoying after we found out about Purito and Claire's and all these sunscreens, Sunscreen Armageddon. This is one of the first ones I found after that I found had the elegance and the protection. And you kind of found out that it's hard to get both of those in the same sunscreen. Very hard, actually. Most brands still haven't quite figured that out, but this one did a good job of it. It's great for oily skin. My skin's pretty dry and I didn't have any issues with it. So keep that one in mind. Super waterproof, sweat proof, and also protects against pollens and dust. So there you go. Worth checking out. Okay, next up. So this was the one from the Skin Aqua line I ended up liking the most. I got a handful of these. So this one is the Skin Aqua Super Moisture Barrier UV Essence. It's 13 bucks. It's got 5 chemical filters. No scent. It does contain a small amount of alcohol, or a little bit of alcohol in there. It's got a very, very slight white cast, but it has great UVA protection. Wonderful for most skin types, including oily and dry skin, and it's waterproof and sweat resistant. So this one's quite nice, and bottle again, pretty big for 13 bucks. I mean, there's really no, even the drugstore sunscreens in the US, 13 bucks, I don't know if you can find much for that price. So, okay, next up, so if you exercise a lot outside, this is probably the one I'm going to recommend you check out. It's the Anessa Perfect UV Mild Milk for Sensitive Skin SPF 50. It's 23 bucks. Back when I was really going to do Anessa, a lot of their stuff was even more expensive, but this one I'll link to it at Stylovana. Great for dry skin, no scent, no alcohol, and it's got adaptive technology to enhance UV protection with the addition of sweat or water. So if you sweat, the technology of this makes it work better. A lot of times when I'd be exercising or walking outside, this would be my go-to because it's just so good at that, and I never got burnt or tan or freckled at all with that one, so I highly recommend checking that one out. Okay, couple more. So this packaging is different, but the Altruist Face Fluid Sunscreen SPF 50, which is about 14 bucks at Care2 Beauty. I picked it up when this brand was collaborating with Altruist, so they released 2 of Altruist sunscreens just under their brand. So I was able to purchase it from like Beauty Bay, but I don't know if that's on there any longer. But so this one's got 5 chemical filters and 1 mineral filter, titanium dioxide, for a total of 6 filters. Pretty darn good. Fragrance-free, alcohol-free, great for dry, sensitive, and acne-prone skin types, and it is water-resistant. So it says right on there. Obviously reapply after swimming, they say. So don't forget to do it. Even if it's water-resistant, still, the more often you reapply, the better protection you're going to get. Okay, so this is a tinier sample, and I have the big bottle of it, but now I think it's at the cabin. But anyway, it's the Biore Athlism sunscreen. It's 14 bucks for the bigger size. This is the baby size. So this one's got 4 chemical filters. It does have some alcohol. It does have a very, very light fragrance. However, I'm pretty sensitive to fragrance, and I was able to handle this one okay, but it might be different for you depending on how sensitive you are, so I thought I'd point that out. It's great for oily skin types, no white cast, waterproof, sweat resistant. It provides a protective shield over your skin. Biore has some wonderful sunscreens. My issue with a lot of them has been, though, the fragrance in them, but they're all wonderful. I never hear any real complaints about protection from them, just the scent. Okay, so this one comes in with a whopping 8 filters, and it's 20 bucks. And one of my favorites on the list, the Roche-Posay UVmune 400 sunscreen. This one came out with some new technology to protect your skin in certain wavelengths that really hadn't been addressed before. So that was kind of the new exciting thing with this one. They have fragrance-free version. That's what I have. Their tinted version is quite orange. I don't recommend it for most people. And then they have their fragrance version, but this is my fragrance-free version. So 8 chemical filters, fragrance-free. It does contain alcohol. It's great for oily and dry skin types. Amazing UVA protection, water-resistant, sweat-resistant, and sand-proof. And it's at Soynet Nature, so check that one out. It's pretty affordable. And they have English, so find the English button on their site, and then it'll be in English, because otherwise I think it's in a different language. So I'm trying to remember, are they from Spain, I want to say, I think. Okay, 2 more left. So this is the Evy Sunscreen Technology Daily Face Mousse SPF 50. This one's about 25 bucks now. It's at Cult Beauty. I'm not sure if they shipped this to the US or not, but this one was a hard one to get for a while, and maybe it's becoming a little easier these days. But when it came out, or when I found out about it, I was really impressed with it. So it's got 5 chemical filters, fragrance-free, alcohol-free. It's great for pretty much all skin types. No white cast, and it comes out as a foam. So you can be sure to check out my review of, I think I reviewed pretty much all of these. So if you're more curious about that, check this one out. Very, very water resistant and sweat resistant. And then last but not least, in terms of protection, it's great. The aesthetics of this one, the ease of use, and it's the filter in this has ruined a couple of my clothes. So keep that in mind, but a lot of people still love it. The P20 sunscreen, triple protection, SPF 30 cream. It's $26. It has 4 chemical filters in here. It's fragrance-free, alcohol-free, great for dry, sensitive, and acne-prone skin types. No white cast, and they say it provides up to 10-hour protection. Is very water-resistant. I still recommend reapplication. So they say on here, durable, up to 10 hours, highly water-resistant, lightweight cream formula. In terms of the aesthetics and the feel and texture of this one compared to the other ones, it's probably my least favorite, but it's still a good one, and a lot of people have great luck with it. So if you're somebody that's you don't think is going to be good at reapplying, this or Evy is probably the way to go, because I know there's some people that just won't do it. So if you're not going to do it, you know that off the bat, one of these is probably a better option. So anyway, those are some of my favorites. Interesting. I don't think I have one like total mineral sunscreen up here. So interesting. Mineral's fine. Some people prefer mineral and some people don't. So anyway, if you have a mineral favorite, leave a comment, or any other favorites, leave them below, and I will see you guys more tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.